Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. A chemical-laden cargo ship is sinking off the coast of Sri Lanka, sparking fears of an environmental disaster. The Singapore-registered Express Pearl had been on fire for almost 2 weeks before the blaze was put out. Hundreds of tons of oil from fuel tanks could leak into the sea if it sinks, devastating nearby marine life. The Sri Lankan and Indian navies have worked jointly over the past days in an attempt to put out the fire and prevent the ship from breaking up and sinking. Meanwhile, Iran's largest navy ship, the Karg, has sunk after catching fire in the Gulf of Oman. No further explanation was given for the latest incident in a region of sensitive waterways, where there have been accusations of attacks on ships owned by Iran and Israel. Iranian state TV said the fire started around 2:25 a.m. on Wednesday near the Iranian port of Jask, where it was on a training mission. The crew were reportedly all safely rescued. Malaysia says it will summon China's ambassador after 16 Chinese military aircraft flew over disputed waters off its eastern state of Sarawak. Fighter jets were scrambled to intercept the transport planes after detecting suspicious activity over the South China Sea. Malaysia's foreign ministry described the manoeuvre as a serious threat to national sovereignty, while China responded that its aircraft had abided by international law. Israel's parliament has elected former centre-left politician Isaac Herzog as the country's president.
We're working on it. We're pressing for it. It's still a long way.
The role is largely ceremonial, but also meant to promote unity among ethnic and religious groups.
It is with great awe and with great excitement I humbly accept the vote of Israel's Knesset for me for the role of Israel's 11th president. I would like to thank each and every one of the Knesset members for the trust you put in me. I accept the heavy responsibility you have entrusted me in, and I accept the privilege of serving the whole nation in this esteemed role.
Meanwhile, Israeli opposition leaders say they are close to agreeing to form a coalition that would end Benjamin Netanyahu's 12-year stretch as prime minister. Under the proposed deal, the right-wing politician Naftali Bennett will be prime minister for 2 years before handing over power to Mr. Lapid. The Ugandan minister Katumba Wamala, who survived an assassination attempt, has thanked the rider of a motorbike taxi for taking him to hospital in the capital Kampala. General Katumba Wamala's vehicle was sprayed with bullets by gunmen on motorcycles, killing his daughter and driver. In a tweet, he said, "I would like, in a special way, to thank the Boda Boda man who forced me on his Boda so that I can go and get first aid." The minister was injured, but not seriously. Spanish customs officers have intercepted a fishing boat carrying 15 tons of hashish 30 miles off the east coast of the Canary island of Fuerteventura. Spanish officers boarded the Odyssey 227 on request of Mongolian consular authorities. The 4 crew members, an Italian captain and 3 Senegalese men, were escorted off the boat and arrested by police. And finally, a pair of critically endangered lemurs have arrived at Chester Zoo in England, making them the first of their kind to be cared for in a European zoo. A video shared by the zoo shows the rare duo dancing their way through the enclosure as they move sideways in a characteristic manner. Named Beatrice and Elliot, the 2 8-year-old lemurs travelled from the Duke Lemur Centre in North Carolina to help establish a new conservation breeding programme for the rare primates. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.